Julia, a young waitress, never imagined that the restaurant's most grumpy customer would change her life forever. Before you discover this story, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next exciting events. But now, enjoy. Julia was a 27-year-old girl with a heart of gold and a smile that could brighten even the darkest days. She worked as a waitress at the restaurant Il Corsaro Nero in the quiet town of San Benedetto. For her, serving customers was not just a job, but a true passion. She loved meeting new people, listening to their stories, and doing everything she could to make their restaurant experience the best it could be. Julia's life had not been easy. Growing up in a modest family, she had had to face numerous difficulties since she was young. However, her indomitable spirit and her innate optimism had always supported her. Every day, she woke up with a smile and faced challenges with determination and kindness. The restaurant had become a sort of second home for her, a place where she could express her love for others and her dedication to her work. One morning, however, Julia's routine was interrupted by the arrival of Carlo, an elderly war veteran of 89 years. Carlo was known for his gruff and difficult character, and soon became one of the most problematic customers in the restaurant. No matter how hard Julia tried to please him, he always seemed dissatisfied. The other waiters avoided serving him, but she, with her infinite patience, decided to take up the challenge. Despite the man's rude behavior, Julia did not let herself be discouraged. Every time he entered the restaurant, she greeted him with a warm smile and tried to make his meal as pleasant as possible. She soon discovered that he liked his food very hot, almost boiling, and always made sure that his plate was exactly how he wanted it. Over time, even though Carlo showed no signs of appreciation, Julia continued to treat him with respect and kindness. 7 years passed, during which Carlo became a daily presence at the restaurant. Despite his attitude, Julia began to feel a certain affection for the gruff man. It was as if, somehow, he needed her as much as she needed him. Then, all of a sudden, the man suddenly stopped showing up at the restaurant. Julia even tried to find out what had happened to him, but she couldn't find any information. Every day, she hoped to see him come through the door, but time passed, and there was no trace of him. One morning, while reading the newspaper with her usual coffee, Julia was struck by a devastating discovery. Her eyes stopped on a page she would have preferred never to see. In the obituary section, among the names of unknown people, that of Carlo stood out. The old, gruff man she had served for years was no more. A pang of pain crossed her chest. He had died 2 days earlier. The news hit her deeply. Despite their difficult relationship, his death left a void in the girl's heart. She continued to work at the restaurant, but every time she looked at the table where Carlo used to sit, she felt a pang in her heart. A few months passed, and Julia tried to move on with her life. One day, however, something unexpected happened. While she was working, a colleague told her that there was someone asking for her. With curiosity and a little apprehension, Julia headed towards the indicated table. There she found a distinguished man who introduced himself as Ricardo, Carlo's lawyer. The girl could not understand what he wanted from her and had no idea what was about to happen. Ricardo explained to her that Carlo had mentioned her in his will. Julia, confused and incredulous, listened attentively as the lawyer revealed to her that Carlo had left her a sum of 50,000 euros and his precious vintage car. The news shocked her. She couldn't believe that the man who had always been so rude had appreciated her kindness so much. If you like the story, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other exciting stories. Thanks. Tears began to roll down her face. All this time, she had thought that her efforts had gone unnoticed, but now she found that the old man had recognized and appreciated every single gesture of kindness. Ricardo explained to her that Carlo had returned to the restaurant every day just to see her smile and feel her human warmth. That revelation changed everything for Julia. Carlo had never told her anything, but he had planned everything. He wanted Julia to know how much she had meant to him, even if he had not been able to express it to her in words. Carlo's generosity not only touched her deeply, but also made her understand the immense value of kindness and humanity. Julia continued to work at the restaurant, but with a new sense of purpose. Every day, when she looked at Carlo's table, she couldn't help but smile, remembering the man who, despite appearances, had a big heart. She told her story to the media, and soon her story became public knowledge, touching the hearts of many. This experience taught Julia that kindness is never wasted. Even when it seems that our gestures are not appreciated, they can make a difference in someone's life.